Welcome to Waffle TV. Last time we solved problems involving decimals and fractions. That is, changing from decimals to fractions and from fractions to decimals. And we promised you that today we're going to do something different. And of course, we are here on decimal fractions. This is different. It is not decimals and fractions, but it is decimal fractions. So what is this all about? These are a combination of decimals multiplied and divided in one problem. How can we solve this? First, by the end of the lesson, we should be able to divide and multiply decimals combined, and equally to be able to simplify decimal fractions. And to do this, there is a procedure to follow, and this procedure is as follows. The first thing you do is identify by counting the number of decimal places in the numerator as well as the denominator. The next thing to do is to equalize this number of decimal places by multiplying either by 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, depending on the number of decimal places. And the last thing is to simplify or divide the numbers that you have as whole numbers, not as decimals. And at the end of it, you multiply across and express your answer as a decimal. We go into practice so that you can understand better how to manipulate these numbers. Here is our first example, which says 4.05 times 45 all over 3.15 times 2.7. So the first step is to identify or count the number of decimal places in the numerator and in the denominator. 1, 2. So there are 2 decimal places, and below we have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. Now the second step says we should equalize by multiplying by 10, 100 or 1,000. In this case, we have one less number of decimal places above than below. To make them equal, you multiply above by 10 so that they will have 3 decimal places each. Therefore, at this point, we write the numbers as whole numbers, not forgetting this 10, and simplify. So it becomes 405 times 45 times 10 for the numerator, and for the denominator it becomes 315 times 27. And we simplify, and to simplify here, always try to find the smallest number that will divide a numerator and a denominator so that you don't get confused. So here we are going to consider 5, because 5 can divide this number and 5 can divide 315, simply because the numbers end with either 0 or 5. 5 into 10 is 2 times, and 5 into 31, 6 times, remember 1. 5 into 15, 3 times. 3 will go into 63, 21 times, and 3 will go into 45, 15 times. 3 into 21, 7 times, and 3 into 15, 5 times. So 3 will go into 27, 9 times. 3 will go into 4, 1 time, remember 1. 3 into 10, 3 times, remember 1. 3 into 15, 5 times. 3 into 9, 3 times. 3 into 13, 4 times, remember 1. 3 into 15, 5 times. 3 into itself, 1 time. And 3 into 45, 15 times. At this level, you realize that there is no number below and above that can simplify. So we multiply across. 15 times 5 times 2 is going to give us 150. And below we have 7 times 1, which is 7. Remember, we have to express our answer as a decimal. So this is going to be 150 divided by 7. 150 divided by 7. 15 divided by 7 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Difference is 1. And you can bring down 0. 10 divided by 7 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. Difference is 3. And at this level, 3 is less, and there is no other number to bring down. So we fix a decimal point here, and I fix a 0 behind 3. It becomes 30. 30 divided by 7 is going to give 4 times. 4 times 7 is 28. And the difference here is 2. 2 is less, and a decimal point exists already. So you just have fixed a 0 here. 20 divided by 7 is 2 times. and 2 times 7 is 14. Difference here is 6. You just bring down 0. 60 divided by 7, 8. 8 times 7, 56. If you find the difference here, it's going to give you 4. And since there is nothing, fix a 0. 40 divided by 7 is 5. 5 times 7, 35. Difference here will be 5. 0. 50 divided by 7 is 7 times. 7 times 7 is 49. We'll end at this level. The reason why I decided to do this is to tell you that when you are dividing or changing fractions to decimal, you may have so many, endless number of decimal places. And to solve this problem, you can decide to round it up to the nearest 10, to the nearest 1,000, or to the nearest whole number. So to do this, you can now decide to round it to 2 decimal places. And if you consider this, which is more than 5, to round it up here, our answer will be 21.43. If you simplify your answer to write it to a less number of decimal places, consider subscribing to our channel. Give us a thumbs up and comment so that we can improve on the service. We shall meet next time to solve problems in decimals. See you in our next lesson, and ciao.